Wayne, appreciate you joining us. First and foremost, just like the England summers, right? Nice and cool and not really hot.
Yeah, very similar. No,
are you used to it yet? The heat, humidity?
I'm getting used to it. Yeah, it's obviously a change. It's different. It's hot. It's not as humid as I actually thought it would be, but so I'm adapting to it. Feel like I'm getting fitter every day in training. So no, it's been good, and it's something which I'm sure I'll get used to a lot more. But it's not as bad as I thought.
So SPF 120, 140, what are you using? Because I know you use suntan lotion, don't you?
70. So, I actually didn't know they went up to 70 until the summer. I found them when I was on holiday, so I've stuck with that.
So you've been here how long? A little more than 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks today actually. So it's been good. I've enjoyed it. Settling in well. Good group of lads, and the staff have been really good. So enjoyed the training. Just looking forward to the game now.
What about the life here in America so far? What has stood out to you here in DC in 2 weeks?
I've enjoyed just going out and walking around the city. Been to do a few different things, you know, been to a couple of restaurants, bit of bowling, and it's been really relaxed.
Are people recognizing you or no?
A few, yeah, but they seem to, you know, respect your privacy a lot more over here, but obviously nowhere near as many people recognise you as they do in England, and so I've been wanting to just go out, go on walks, and no, I haven't really been able to do that back home, so now I can do it. I'm doing as much as I can.
Is that a good surprise for you? Are you surprised a little bit about it? Are you enjoying that part of it?
Yeah, of course. I think it's obviously nice, and you know, when people come up and ask for your autograph or a picture, whatever, but sometimes you want that time to relax and get away from it, and I feel like I've been able to do that.
So many of my English colleagues claim that you guys invented baseball because of the game Rounders. I saw you at the Nationals game. Are you going to tell me you understand baseball better than me as the American, or no?
No, to be honest, I didn't know what to expect. I've never been. It's my first game.
Yeah.
So I had a couple of the guys there explain the rules, because I didn't know the rules, to be honest, and they explained the rules to me, and once I knew how it worked, I enjoyed it. So it was a lot more interesting than I thought it would be.
Wayne, so here we are at RFK Stadium. Why Major League Soccer?
I just think it was I've said it in previous interviews since I've been here, I think for me, for my family, and I think for my football career, I think it was the right time. I think 32 is still, obviously it's getting on a bit, but it's not 35, 36.
Thank you, because I'm 38. I appreciate that. Well done.
No, but I think it's the right time for me to come here and have an impact on this league, I believe, and you know, to show the league the respect it deserves, and not, I didn't want to come over at 35, 36 and not be able to do it, or you know, physically or whatever. So I think it was the right time, and a good change for me and my family.
When you talk about that change, you look at your last 18 months, I know that didn't go the way you wanted it, but you seem like a guy that always wants that chip on the shoulder. What is that chip on your shoulder right now?
No, I don't think it's a chip on my shoulder. I think it's a determination to win and to play. And obviously at Manchester United, that wasn't happening as much as I would have liked. And I quite easily could have stayed there. I had 2 years left on my contract and picked up the wages and been happy with that. And that's it. But I wanted to play. Went back to Everton. Had a year there, and I've said before, to be honest, Everton made it clear towards the end of the season that they would be happy for me to leave. For whatever reason, I still don't know.
Me neither.
I felt I'd done okay. I was top goal scorer, playing most of the season from midfield. So, but that's football. That gave me a decision to make. and I made this decision. So, as I said, I believe.
Does that still motivate you though? Because I can see it in your eyes that them telling you you can move on. That to me seems like that still motivates you, doesn't it?
No, I think what I said to Everton, I said, listen, I'm not a kid. If this is what you want, tell me. If you want me to stay, tell me. And we talk about it, but as a 18, 20, 21-year-old, obviously I wouldn't have been able to handle it as the way I can now, and they let me know, and I said, fair enough, I'm not going to disrespect the football club. So this option became available along with a few different ones, and I just felt this was the right one.
So what stood out about DC?
I spoke to the owners, spoke to the manager, and obviously the new stadium, the new training facilities. I watched a few of the games on TV, got sent over onto email, and I was excited by the team. I think quite a few young players I thought were very talented, maybe could do with a bit of guidance on the pitch, and I feel I could help with that. So putting all that together, obviously I still think we need a few players, and I'm sure.
Have the owners given you insurances that new players
not
are coming
insurances, but obviously we've spoken.
Wink or whatever, saying
yeah,
no. You've
no,
got
of course,
help coming along the way.
Yeah, and I know it's not going to be just me, and there will be players coming in, and hopefully them other players who do come in can help with the team also.
When you look at yourself and the way this team is set up, you're 32, soon to be 33. What do you expect from yourself here in Major League Soccer?
I expect to score goals, create goals, and be a help in the way the team plays. And you know, I think first of all, if I didn't think I could come to this league and be successful or play or do it physically, I wouldn't be here. So I'm a realistic person. I still feel I could come here and be a success, and it's time for me to go and show that. The
manager, Ben Olsen, obviously you guys have had conversations about what your role is going to be. What is that role?
Depends on the opposition, depends on the state of the game. So it could be striker, it could be behind the striker.
What do you want to play?
I want to score goals, so obviously the further up the pitch, the better to do that. But again, that's down to the coach. I'm not putting any pressure at all on the coach, saying, oh, I need to play, I need to play wherever he sees fit for me to play, then I'll play.
Many of your former English teammates played in Major League Soccer, and I know as an ex-player, you guys all talk. What did they tell you about Major League Soccer, both on and off the field?
To be honest, I haven't
spoke
to them. I think I spoke to Stephen while he was out here, both in terms of Frank or Bex, I haven't really spoke to them about it. And I think to actually get the feel of the league, you could speak to them and get their experiences, but everyone's different. Everyone's at different stages of the career. While they were here, different positions. So you have to experience it to truly understand it. You have to experience it. So I weren't really too concerned about speaking to them and find out how their experiences was.
What are your expectations then? Because I find that very interesting and actually smart, because like you said, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, they were much further along in their careers, and at the end of it, you're not. So then what are your expectations about this life here in Major League Soccer?
It's to win, I think. Obviously, we're not in a great position at the moment, but over time, I believe we can climb up the table, and as I said before, bring some new players in, new stadium, new facilities next year. The club's moving forward in the right direction, I believe, and I want to win. I think I wouldn't come here to play and then go and enjoy my time away from from football. Football is my priority here. Soccer, as you
can
guys
say
call it.
By the way, soccer's the English word that you guys started, by the way.
But that's my priority, and that's what I've come here to do. I haven't come here to have an easy life or have a nice life with my wife and children.
This isn't your retirement.
My priority is my football.
Wayne, I got to bring it up. We're less than 24 hours since England lost to Croatia. Where did you watch the game?
I watched it in a restaurant next to the hotel I'm staying in. And,
by yourself or with,
no,
with other English fans?
Friends, yeah. My two brother-in-laws. Was devastated.
Describe your emotions, because you were such a huge part of that England national team for the longest time. And that team goes to the 2018 World Cup semifinals. Is that surreal or odd to hear that? Or did you, from your perspective, say, you know what, this team has a shot?
Well, I think if you rewind and go back 2 years, as I remember as captain, I come out to the media and I said, be patient with these players. These players is a very talented group of players who will be successful for England if we allow them to be and give them time. It may be a little bit sooner than I thought. I thought maybe 2020, but I think the players since then, in the 2 years, have progressed along at club level. Raheem Sterling, Harry Kane continuing, Dele Alli. They've all progressed a lot in them 2 years and brought a lot to the national team, and Jesse Lingard as well, Rashford coming in. So I wasn't surprised, no. Devastated we went out. I felt we could have definitely won the game yesterday, and I think just a little bit of tiredness creeped in into a few players, which maybe cost us.
Why do you think the England national team progressed a little faster, a little quicker, like you said, than you initially thought? What do you think is the biggest reason behind that?
I think the players playing and excelling at club level. I think the last couple of years, Raheem has been one of the best players in the Premier League. Dele Alli also, Harry Kane maybe a bit longer than them for the last 3-4 years. But then other players like Jesse Lingard come in, has been fantastic. I think he was one of the best players. Jordan Henderson has excelled as Liverpool captain, going to the final, Champions League final, and I actually thought he was England's best player at the World Cup. John Stones, so Harry Maguire, who we didn't even think he was there as a fan in 2006. Exactly. So I think the players have all got better, and of course with Gareth Southgate coming in, fresh ideas for the players, along with Steve Holland, who work with briefly. So I think overall they've done it right, and the players have probably exceeded expectations before the tournament, but I always knew that was there, and now I just hope everyone stays with them for the next 2 years and supports them in this next tournament.
Wayne, here in the United States and Major League Soccer, we have this discussion about player development and the development of the American player. When I look at England over the last 18 to 24 months, the under-17s, the under-20s, and now this England national team run, what are the obstacles for the England player at the present moment?
Playing. Just to continue playing in the clubs, I think.
Why do they not play in England as much as they would if they were in Germany or in Spain?
Yeah, I think there's more homegrown players. Well, not more, but more homegrown players get a chance, and they stay in the team. In particularly Germany, Italy. In England, they have a lot of foreign coaches who buy players in, players who they maybe know, and play them all the time. And I think only because of performances for Manchester United, it was Jesse Lingard got the opportunity to go and play every game in the World Cup for England. So I think a little bit more faith in the young English players will help the national team.
Wait, in your mind, does the Premier League have an obligation to the FA or the English player? Obligation is the wrong word, but I don't think.
the Premier League probably doesn't believe it does. But
in your mind, does it?
It should do, yeah, of course.
I agree.
I feel, you know, in Italy or Spain, for instance, you see teams playing in Europe and they move the games back to the Friday to give the team better chance of succeeding in Europe. In England, they don't do that. They probably move it to the Sunday, so you have less rest. But it's, I think, just a little bit of common sense in little things. And I think they're starting to do the winter break now, which I always thought would happen when I stopped playing it. So
could use that about 10 years ago, by the way.
But so I think they are trying to move forward which will help the national team.
In your mind, when this is all said and done, what will determine success for you?
Titles, I think. Your success in football is to win titles, and it's like England in 1990 got the semi-final. England 2018 got the semi-final, but we'll remember them for getting a semi-final, not for winning a title. And you have to win titles if you want to be remembered. You want to create history. You want to be known as a successful team. You have to win titles.